Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Cop fatally shoots spouse ex-boyfriend at Washington Gardens home. Police have launched a probe after a cop shot and killed his spouse's ex-boyfriend at a home occupied by the couple in Washington Gardens, St. Andrew on Monday night. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old taxi operator Stephen Powell of Slackville Road in Kingston 3 and Brook Avenue in Kingston 20. Information reaching reporter is that about 9 p.m., the policeman and his girlfriend reportedly were at home when Paul forcefully entered the veranda of the house before aggressively beating down the front door and the front window. It is reported that the cop immediately contacted the police via phone and reported the incident, during which Phillips eventually gained entry through the front window and entered the living room. Phillips reportedly then attacked his ex-girlfriend with a ratchet knife, and the policeman fired 9 shots, hitting him. Upon the arrival of the police, he was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Duhaney Park Police is investigating the incident, and the Independent Commission of Investigations has been notified. Church member Triggerman sentenced to 45 years in jail. Triggerman Dwight Bingham has been sentenced to 45 years in jail for killing Andrea Lowe Garwood as she worshipped in church in Trelawney in January 2021. The sentence was handed down in the Trelawney Circuit Court yesterday. He will need to serve 30 years before he is eligible for parole. Bingham's sentencing is the latest development in the case that sent shockwaves across Jamaica. Last week, Lowe Garwood's stepson, Javon Lowe, walked free after the prosecution's case crumbled because Bingham refused to testify against him. Leon Hines, the getaway driver who testified against Garwood and Bingham, was previously sentenced to 6 years in prison. Lowe Garwood's shocking murder was captured on video live stream to worshippers who praise God from the safety of their homes, a way to keep themselves safe from COVID-19 pandemic that raged at the time. As the shots rang out, those inside the Agape Christian Fellowship Church scrambled for cover. Man killed in fiery accident in Trelawney identified. The man who was killed in the fiery crash on the section of Higay Main Road in Trelawney on Monday has been identified. He is 74-year-old Rodney McCrae of Mansfield in Ochoa, St. Anne. Reports from the Falmouth police are that about 4 p.m., McCrae was driving his Honda CR-V motor car towards St. Anne when he allegedly overtook a line of traffic and collided with the international tractor-trailer. The Honda CR-V reportedly burst into flames on impact. The fire department was alerted, and firefighters who responded carried out cooling down operations. McCrae's charred remains was later retrieved from the vehicle. He was burnt beyond recognition. The driver of the tractor received minor injuries. Nikisha Ward, who knew McCrae from a church, described him as loving. Brother McCrae, very jovial person. He was a people's person. He was giving. He loved children. He loved family, always smiling. Lovely man, I tell you. I've never seen anybody like in any contention with him. He will be missed, she be mourned. She said the church members will join hands in supporting the family. Monday's accident brings to 224 the number of people who have been killed in crashes since the start of the year. The National Road Safety Council has again called on citizens to be vigilant on the roads. Vice Chairman of the Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, urged motorists to obey the road codes. I think it is useful to remind all Jamaicans to wear seat belts front and back when you are driving, do not drink alcohol, and drive, do not smoke marijuana, and driving, put on your helmet. Both the driver of the motorcycle and the pillion rider, make sure you wear light-colored clothing at night if you are a pedestrian, he stated.
I think it is useful to remind all Jamaicans to wear your seatbelt front and back when you're driving. Do not drink alcohol and drive. Do not smoke marijuana and drive. Put on your helmet, both the driver of a motorcycle and the pillion rider. Make sure you wear light colored clothes at night if you're a pedestrian.
Something fishy going on in Jamaica under the JLP government, says Golden. People's National Party PNP President Mark Golden has described as fishy some of the recent actions taken by the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, voting to hold wrongdoers under the current administration accountable when next his party forms government. Speaking to a crowd of supporters at the Donald Quarry High School on Sunday. Golden described as fishy the government's recent move to delay the tabling of the Auditor General's report. All of a sudden, them take it on themselves to say Auditor General report will investigate the shenanigans and rambling in the public bodies because of the corruption under the government. When the reports come to Parliament, they won't be tabled immediately. Golden told the crowd, why did they not seek the opinion if they had a concern, and when they get the opinion, they abide by it, instead of implementing this thing without the opinion and blocking the people from knowing what is going on in these public bodies which have been audited? Something fishy in Jamaica under the Jamaica Labour Party government, added Golden. Golden went on to share with supporters another issue that has raised suspicions, noting to push to extend the tenure of the Director of Public Prosecution (DPP). Comrades, now them say that they want to extend the tenure of the DPP. Them do it once already for 3 years. We didn't agree with it and we expressed our reasons behind it, stated Golden. We hear now say them want to amend the constitution to enable her to do another term in office. That is not good governance. That would be abuse of this parliamentary majority to amend the constitution so that one person can get more time in the office, charged Golden. Golden further expressed concern that he believes that the democracy of Jamaica is under threat, adding that the nation will rely on his party to not only defend the rights of citizens, but restore and encourage good governance. The Jamaican people are depending on the People's National Party to defend their rights when it comes to rights of liberty and freedom, and to defend good governance when it comes to systems of democracy, that they are to ensure that the resources of the people are used for people and not for the cronies and friends who have power at a given point in time, stated Golden. I am here to tell you that when we become the next government and we find out that anything did go on before we come in a day and crimes were committed and wrongs were done, sorry for them because we not ease up. We're going to hold them accountable for their wrongdoing because the Jamaican people deserve and want that. Parents urged to ensure safety of children during summer break. Parents and guardians are being encouraged to be very extra vigilant in safeguarding their children who are now out of school for the summer holidays. Parents were reminded that due to the increased recreational activities during the summer break, children may require extra supervision. Deputy Registrar of the National Children's Registry, Mrs. Vassell, in a recent interview outlined the safety starts with having the conversation with children. Teach them about what safety looks like. First, you would want to have a conversation about them with stranger and danger. Do not speak to strangers, she said, noting that the statistics are showing that it's not really the strangers so much that are hurting our children, but also people that they know. So yes, we're going to tell them that not everybody that they are going to meet is going to be a bad person. We're going to lay out some gun rules to them like don't accept gifts, don't accept rides, she continued, also revealing that establishing code word is one way to help children avoid dangerous situations or identify disingenuous people. So if someone comes to do the pickup, that is the code they would use, she said, noting that the child should not go with someone who does not know the code. But we need to also teach children their parents' real names and their contact numbers, and we need to practice this especially with our younger ones. Identify meet-up space so that if the child gets separated, they know where to go, she further suggested. In the release, the Deputy Registrar also encouraged parents to talk to children about what abuse looks like. I know it's a very uncomfortable conversation that parents can have with children, especially when it comes to sexual abuse. So private ears remain private. Do not touch my body. This body belongs to me. No means no, and teach the children how to say no strongly, even if it comes off as being rude. Once a child is placed in an uncomfortable position, we need to teach the children what to say. She also used the opportunity to encourage parents not to allow children to go to places where they are not sure they are going to be safe. If the child is going to have a sleepover at her friend's house, ensure that you at least know the friend who the friends are. Many times, when children go missing and we ask for information such as who are their friends, where do they live, what is the name of the parents or guardians are unable to say who these friends are and where they go frequently. Those are some of the conversations that we need to have with the children, especially the older ones, she pointed out. Mrs. Vassar also stressed the importance of teaching children emergency numbers such as police, fire, hospital, and the number to report child abuse. Parents are also being urged to keep dangerous items out of the reach of children. During the summer period, we see this as well, where, because the medications and the dangerous chemicals are within reach, the child will ingest these things. So ensure that these are put away, especially from our little ones, Mrs. Vassal advised. The 3-digit hotline 211, established to facilitate reports of abuse and neglect of children, can be dialed from a cellular phone or landline phone free of cost from anywhere in Jamaica. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification